Good morning, everyone. The next topic is audition, that is the hearing. So, first we will see the physical characteristics of the sound. The sound we will heard as a frequency and the amplitude, that is the loudness of the sound. The frequency which determine the pitch of the sound. Okay, pitch of the sound is the frequency, and the intensity of the sound which determine the amplitude. So the unit is decibel, that is the loudness of the sound. Okay, so the sound can be perceived in frequency, and we have to appreciate the loudness of the sound. Audition is a process by which an individual is able to perceive the frequency and intensity of the sound, and it is its localization in the space. The space means here the cerebral cortex. Okay, so it is a process by which an individual is able to perceive the frequency and intensity of the sound, and its localization in the cerebral cortex. Okay, localization in the cerebral cortex. Coming to the anatomical part, the structure of the ear. So we have divide it into three parts. One is external ear. Okay, so up to here it is external ear. Okay, sorry, up to here it is external ear. Then external ear, then the middle ear. Okay, so this part is the middle ear. Okay, from here to here it is middle ear. Okay, this part is middle ear, and then inner ear. Okay, this part is the inner ear. Inner ear. So up to external ear, so you can see it. So in the middle ear and inner ear we can't see. Coming to the functions, external ear and the middle ear, the both will conduct the sound waves into the inner ear to stimulate the receptors. So that means the receptors, the auditory receptors are hair cells. Okay, auditory receptors are for every the sensory information or sensation is carried by receptors, right? So here for audition, for hearing, the receptor is hair cells. Okay, receptors are hair cells or auditory receptors which is present in the inner ear. Okay, so this external ear and the middle ear, it will conduct the sound waves, okay, into the inner ear to stimulate the hair cells. So the first one is external ear. So the external ear mainly contain the pinna and auditory meatus. Okay, so that will helps. Okay, this is pinna and auditory meatus. Okay, this is auditory meatus. So both will helps in receiving the sound waves and directing the waves towards the middle ear. Okay, so it will receive the sound waves. So sound wave will traverse like this through pinna and auditory meatus and direct the waves in the form of wave. Okay, the sound waves are sound are in the form of waves. It will travel towards the middle ear. Okay, helps to resonate the sound. That is the function of external ear. So next, coming to the middle ear. So middle ear is very important. Okay, so it will mainly contain two one is the tympanic membrane. Okay, tympanic membrane, and two muscles, tensor tympani and stapedius. Okay, so very important. So middle ear mainly contain tympanic membrane and two muscles, tensor tympani and stapedius, then three ossicles. Okay, so malleus, ear ossicles. Okay, malleus, incus and stapes are the three ear ossicles. Understood? and one more is the eustachian tube. So you can see the diagram. This is the middle ear. Okay, so this is the tensor tympani. Okay, tensor tympani. Okay, so very important. Then 3 ear ossicles. One is malleus, incus, and the short one stapedius muscle, and then stapes. Okay. The middle ear is separated from the external ear through a tympanic membrane. Okay, so tympanic membrane will divide the separate the middle ear from the external ear. Okay, so it is connected to the pharynx. It is connected to the pharynx through auditory tube or eustachian tube. Okay, and stapes muscle will attach us to foot plate of stapes to the oval window. So important is middle ear function. Okay, so in this chapter middle ear function is important. Okay, so first one is impedance matching, static pressure equilibrium, protection of inner ear structures, that is tympanic reflex, and it is a preferential route for conduction. Okay, preferential route for conduction. First we will see what is impedance matching. So here, so now in the inner ear, okay, coming to inner ear, the fluid is present. Okay, in the inner ear the fluid is present. The hair cells which are present in the inner ear, that will be in the fluid. Okay, so now the sound wave, it is one media, so now it has to travel to become a it has to traverse in the sound sound wave has to travel in the fluid media. Okay, so it is coming, the ability of the wave to be transferred from one medium to another media, that is detected by impedance of the media. Okay, that is detected by impedance of the media. So we have to, so this, that means, so when a wave is transferred from low impedance medium, for example air, okay, so now the sound wave is traveled through air, right, to one of high impedance, that is water. So as I told, the water are a liquid which is present, fluid which is present in the inner ear. Understood? So now I will show, this is external ear. The sound wave is travel like this, it is coming to the middle ear. So that is travel in the air, right, traveling in the air. The sound wave is traveling in the air. So here in the inner ear, okay, this is inner ear, so there is a fluid is present. Okay, so now the from the low impedance medium to another high medium, the wave has to travel. Okay, this middle ear will help for the matching of this two medias, that is called impedance matching. So that means, so when it is traveling from air to water, some amount of energy is reflected or fails to enter the liquid. So that has to balanced by the middle ear. Okay, so one thing is area of the advantage, then lever action of the middle ear. Okay, lever action. So that means here the transmission of the sound wave from external to inner occurs through a ossicular system. As I told, the 3 ear ossicles are present, right. So these ossicular conduction has the ability to bring about the impedance matching. Okay, so in the middle ear, because of the area of the advantage, so that means in the tympanic membrane, the area of the tympanic membrane is 17 times more than that of the oval window. Oval window is present in the inner ear. Okay, then as the area decreases, the pressure increases. Okay, so this is oval window, suppose. So this is tympanic membrane. Okay, so when the sound is travel, okay, when the sound is travel like this through the tympanic membrane, so when it is reached the oval window, the pressure will be decreasing. As area decreases, the pressure is also decreased. That is one of the advantage. So, and another one is it will be perform in a lever function. Okay. So, this is little bit difficult to understand. So, you just write one is the impedance matching. What is impedance matching? So, the sound wave from the air, it has to travel towards the another medium like water, which is present in the inner ear to stimulate the hair cells. So, that time some energy will be lost. Okay. So, this is balanced by the middle ear by through two, it will as a two function. So, one is area of advantage, that is in the tympanic membrane the area will be more than that of the oval window. Okay. And another one is the lever advantage. Okay. So, the malleus incus will helpful for increase the lever. Malleus is longer than that of the incus. So, 1.3 in pressure will be increases. Okay. So, that's completed impedance matching. So, next is the tympanic reflex. So, tympanic reflex is a protective reflex. Okay. So, protection from the loud sound. So, whenever so whenever you hear a loud sound, okay, so what will happen if it is loud sound as it is, it travel to your ear, so that will damage the damage the inner ear. Okay, that will damage your hearing sensation. So like any bomb explode or a sound, loud sound, so immediately, so there is a tympanic reflex will take place, that is a protective reflection. There is a reflex contraction of the muscle, as I told. So the tensor tympani and stapedius muscle, so whenever the loud sound you hear, there is a reflex contraction of stapedius and tensor tympani. So this is the tensor tympani and both the red color one you can see here, so are stapedius muscle. So both get contracted. Okay, so when these get contracted, the tympanic membrane is pulled in. Okay, this tympanic membrane is pulled in and stapes is pulled out. Okay, so this is a smaller one, stapes will be pulled out. So that because the tympanic membrane is pulled in and stapes is pulled out, so this make the tympanic membrane taut. Okay, so that will, so because of this reflex, so the damage to inner ear is prevented. Okay, tympanic reflex, that is the second function of middle ear. So what it will do? So tympanic reflex is a protective reflex. Whenever there is a loud sound, so immediately the tensor tympani and the stapedius will be, reflex contraction is taking place. So the tympanic membrane is pulled in and stapes is pulled out. So that will prevent the damage to the inner ear. So that is another function of the middle ear. Okay. So next, coming to the inner ear. So this is the structure of the inner ear. So you can see this is the sound wave. Okay. So whenever the sound wave reach the tympanic membrane, so here the foot plate of stapes will be, so this is the three part of the middle ear. So it will, you can see here, that is connected to the oval window. Okay, so this is the inner cochlear structure. Okay, inner cochlear structure where hair cells are present. So inner ear mainly contain the cochlea and vestibular apparatus. Okay, so cochlea and vestibular apparatus. So we will see the cochlea structure. So cochlea is a coiled structure. So you can see here, this is the cochlea, is a coiled like a shell of a snail. So it looks like a snail. So it is 35 mm long and makes 2/3 of the turns. So that is not needed, it's an anatomical part. So we will see. So in the cochlea, there is an organ of Corti is present. Okay, organ of Corti. So this is the inner cochlea. So through cochlea, so I will show. So next comes the mechanism of hearing. How the sound wave is traveling through the inner ear. So that is the nerve. Okay. So now, whenever the sound waves disturb the tympanic membrane, okay, the first what will happen, through the external ear, the sound will go and hit the tympanic membrane. So it will bring a vibration in the tympanic membrane. So that vibration is transmitted to oval window by ear ossicles. Okay, there are 3 ear ossicles is present, right? So through that ear ossicle, it acts as a lever system, and so that will pull the bring a vibration in the, that will disturb the oval window. So oval window is the entry part of the inner ear. Okay, so whenever the vibration of the oval window occur, so that cause movement of fluid in cochlea. Okay, so as I told, so in the cochlea, so there is a fluid is present. Okay, fluid is present, so that will bring a movement of the fluid. So the membranes in cochlea will move up and down. Okay, membranes in cochlea will move up and down. So suppose, so this is the tympanic membrane. When the sound wave come, and what it will do, it will cause a vibration in tympanic membrane through the lever system. So it will cause a vibration in the oval window. The oval window is a smaller part. Okay, so then it is continued with the cochlea. So in the cochlea, the hair cells are present. So now the thing is, it has to go and stimulate the hair cells. Now this movement through the lever system, so it will travel and it will stimulate the oval window. So now the oval window will cause the membrane of the cochlea will move up and down. That is called traveling waves. Okay, up and down. So now this will stimulate the hairs of the hair cells. Okay, it will stimulate the, just to write, stimulate the hair of hair cells. Stimulation of the hair cells cause generation of impulse in the cochlear nerve. So this is a cochlear nerve. So that is a auditory nerve. Okay, so like when you see the vision, so visual pathway, so visual nerve is there, right? So same like here, the cochlear nerve, in the cochlear nerve the impulses are generated. Okay. So that is the mechanism of hearing. Understood? So that will generate, the cochlear nerve will be stimulated. So there is a auditory pathway will arises. Those things are not needed. So through that auditory pathway, the impulses will travel and go to the auditory cortex. Okay. So that will reach the cerebral cortex area number 41 and 42. That is the primary auditory area. So and also to auditory association areas. So that's complete the mechanism of or functions of cochlea. So how it is taking functions of inner ear or mechanism of hearing. So there are different tests are performing to check the hearing. There is a Raynaud's test. Okay. So by using the vibrating tuning fork, so they are performing. This is a Weber's test, that also. And also the audiometry, so it is a graphical representation. Okay, so the test for hearing, so tuning fork test, Raynaud's test and Weber's test by using the tuning fork, and audiometry. Okay, so this is the audiometry performing. Okay, so that's complete the special sense. Okay, complete the special sense. So in this chapter, the middle ear functions are important. Okay.